Hi there. Yes, this is the video for the 2018 Honda Clarity plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, but I just need to say something before you watch this video. About half of it is me driving in hybrid electric mode. I went through the brochure of the vehicle before I got into it, and the brochure showed that battery only was for low speeds or for being stopped. And so when the car acted that way, I just assumed that's the way it was. But I do discover in the video that there is a battery only mode, and I do drive in that mode for a very long time. So just be warned that the first portion of this video is me being a little bit hard on the vehicle, because honestly, if I'm going to buy an electrified vehicle, I want to be able to avoid using gas. That's the whole point of owning one. And yeah, anyways, I do make that discovery. Just wanted to give you a warning. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, welcome to another EV Ramblings driving reaction video. Today I'm going to be driving the 2018 Honda Clarity plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. I'm going to be taking it to its limit, hopefully when the battery runs out, and come back and we'll see what kind of efficiency we get, what I think of the car. I'm going to be making multiple videos from this. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd really appreciate it. Trying to hit that 1,000 mark. And I'd like to thank the Campus Automotive Group, and I'd also like to thank Campus Honda at Victoria, British Columbia for helping to arrange all of this. They've been awesome to work with. So let's go for a drive, shall we? Hey, so I'm in the Honda Clarity. Now I've been in here to set up the cameras, but that's it. I haven't actually done a lot of exploring. I'm going to adjust some of these a bit. So it's a stinking hot day out, so I'm really hot, but I'm not using any climate. First impressions, the car is very large. It's definitely out of the subcompact range. You have nice wood trim here. There's some really nice soft surfaces. It's quite a classy interior, actually. This is the press vehicle, so some people have had this vehicle before me. And okay, well let's drive. I'm going to be driving up to Port Renfrew. And I see there's a power button here. I want to make sure that's off. Okay, so yeah, seating position is pretty good. We have notice, you're responsible for safe operation. So we have some drive selectors here that are very similar to the Hyundai Ioniq that I drove. You have park, reverse, neutral drive, parking brake, and brake hold option. We have on the display here, the car has 4,000 kilometers on it. We have a battery gauge on the left, which is full. We have a full fuel gauge on the right, which is 3/4 full. We're on Ready EV. Now, there's 3 modes to this car I was reading in the brochure. There's Economy, Sport, and HV. HV would be your typical hybrid mode. I believe Sport is obviously going to be using the gas and electric motor together. And Economy, I'm hoping will keep me in electric. I want to stay in electric as much as possible with this car. So I also want to bring up, let's go home. I'm hoping there's some kind of eco screen. I couldn't find that in the brochure if there was. There's multiple pages here. Instrument panel. I'm not even sure what that does. Let's go back. Info. Trip computer, vehicle energy. Okay, so let's excuse me, I'm hoping this will give me some type of idea about how far we've been driving. So now I just have to set the trip meter. I see there's a button here. I don't see where that is. Oh, here we go. 514. Okay, 0. Okay, so we're good. Let's put in reverse. Oh, you push the button in to get in reverse. Weird. Okay. Adjust you. Let's go into drive. All right, very first impressions. It's good. I know that's not a very descriptive word, but obviously easy to figure out how to turn on. This dash is really high. as like it's, I know I've talked about in other videos about how like some people really like open area and some people like tank to being surrounded. This is definitely like one of those surrounding type cars. Even though it's a big car, you have all these things around you, and I personally do like that. Manual seat controls. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out here. So let's talk about this car. It has a 17 kilowatt hour battery, so that's very close to a second generation Volt, which is about 18.4 kilowatt hour. It's listed as having 76 kilometers of all electric range, and then about 460 kilometers of gas range. And so I'm going to try to see if I can keep this in electric mode until the battery runs out, turn around, come back. But looking at the brochure for this car, it was actually, I don't read any reviews at all for these vehicles because I want to be unbiased as possible. Obviously, I'm biased towards electric vehicles, but between the different versions of them, I try to remain unbiased. Because the brochure says this car runs in 3 modes, and it said electric vehicle mode for slow speeds only or stopped. And then basically you have your hybrid mode which is a mixed for your regular driving, and then you have your another mode where you basically hold and charge the battery while you use gas only, which was kind of surprising because seeing as this car is a 17 kilowatt hour battery, I would imagine you could do a lot of driving electric only. So I'm really looking to see if this actually uses the gas motor. I've been driving for 8.4 kilometers, so not that long, but I'm already discovering things about this vehicle. First off are the paddles back here. I did read about these, but I hadn't really used them. They're actually increase or decrease the level of engine regeneration when you let go of the accelerator. I'm not sure if they reset after stopped or not, but like right now I have it on maximum, and it's a pretty good pull. Like it won't stop the car. My foot is off of the accelerator and off the brake right now, but it's good. It's a very nice level. One thing that I want to say that this might have been in the Ioniq EV as well, but possibly not, is Plus decreases the amount of regeneration and Minus increases it. And I can kind of see the logic, like you're removing acceleration, maybe you're subtracting it. So I think it's just a way of working it, but they don't work like the Chevrolet Volt. Like you don't hold it down and it engages it. They're just a selector. Yes, and it resets when you come to a stop. It turns it off, it looks like. So you have to be aware when you're driving that is happening. Now also there's there on the screen here, which I'm not sure you could see, there is, well, what do we say? There's a whole LCD screen here, and there's a huge multi-function menu, and it's all accessed by clicking a little information button here and then using these controls to get through it. I was trying to find an average fuel economy, and it looks like I found one called average fuel A. So I was on trip A, and it's showing that I'm 1.1 liter per 100 kilometer. I'm not sure what it started off as. When I went to it, it was 1.3. Now it's 1.2. So I'm actually not sure how the car is driving, like if it is actually using the motor, the gasoline motor right now. I think it might be, but it's just so isolated I can't hear it. Anyways, it's a very odd thing to not really know. Now this graphic here, if I go into regeneration mode, you'll see green coming into the batteries. But it's always showing when I'm using power coming from the front to the wheels. And of course that makes sense because the gas motor, electric motor is there. But it doesn't, I have to assume right now that I'm using the battery. Maybe, I really don't know. For everything like that I feel right now, it feels like it's full electric. And my battery meter has been going down. Okay, so I'm going to increase I'm coming to a stop, I'm going to increase the regeneration. Yeah, that's good. I like the way that works. I wish you could put it into a steady mode though, where it was always holding that. There is a Ready EV light up here. I wonder if that's on. Yeah, we're gas. The EV light went off, and then I was able to hear the car motor. Wow. So this car is, now I'm back in EV because I'm just cruising. I'm off of it because I accelerated. Yeah, and I can hear the motor. That's ridiculous. You have such a huge battery. And the electric motor is not small in this car. It should be able to keep me cruising, but it's not. Well, that was exciting. I didn't get pulled over for speeding. So, I'm back. It's hot. I don't want to use the air conditioning though because I don't want to ruin the fuel consumption numbers. But so like I'm just been thinking, like I am on the most efficient road I've found for electric vehicles. Like this road from Victoria out to Souk is just this constant flowy up and down, and I've been able to get the most range out of my car from it, or from any electrified vehicle. And so, like right now, I'm going 50 kilometers an hour. I'm in EV mode. Okay, we're using the battery. Oh yeah, no, that we're charging as well because we're going down a hill. So we're using the battery. Great. I'm going around this corner. I'm really just putting the accelerator on a bit because I'm a little bit below speed limit. Going up a hill. I'm trying to maintain speed. EV off. Okay, so going up this hill. We're in gas. We're at the top. I'm still below the speed limit. I'm just following traffic. We're still in gas mode or hybrid mode. Okay, we're in battery again. Awesome. We're coming up to a hill. I'm trying so hard. Don't you dare go out of that blue zone. Don't. Okay? I made it, but I had to slow down considerably. I'm out of battery mode because I had to accelerate a bit. Back in battery mode. Okay. Well, I've come to the place where I'm basically going to turn around. I've driven 40 kilometers, and I'm going to now take a bunch of photos of the vehicle. We're going to do the interior 360, things like that. But I guess driving reaction so far is that I am disappointed that I can't use the battery until zero. No matter what I do, like in economy mode or whatever, the car is always using gas. Well, in its regular driving, you would have to be going very slow speeds to keep it in battery only. Well, I've finished taking the photos I need to take, and I spent a lot of time with the car, and I still really love the interior, but I'm confused right now. Very confused. Because just like I was in Victoria, when I drove the car out, I thought it was pure electric. And now that the car's been off and on again, I'm still in my econ mode. My blue bar for how the car stays in battery is almost the entire sweeping gauge up here. And I've been able to accelerate more than I could before, without the gas motor coming on. And so I'm not entirely sure what the car is doing. If it only gives you, maybe it gives you a small portion every time you turn the car on of that battery to use. But, I'm accelerating now, full EV, and it's accelerating well. That's what I expected it to do. I'm really confused. So, I'm super confused. Turning the car off. So, I was driving along, and like, it was full electric, and it was kind of freaking me out. I was like, this is totally different car from what I remember. So I was like, okay, well, let me put it in HV mode to see. And sure enough, that dropped my bar, and then the gas motor just turned on. It was just staying on. So I put it in economy mode, you know, econ on, then econ off, and I'm thinking I'm not understanding the drive modes. So HV. Oh, god damn it. All right. HV mode, if you push it, it puts an HV on, and that limits your electric usage. With it off, you're running full battery, I think. Okay. So let's see how far we can get. Because that's going to screw up everything. So I must have been in HV mode econ. I assumed these 3 buttons, and based on the brochure readings that I did, that they were independent, that each HV in economy mode were different modes, but it actually just seems to be options that you turn on and off that run together. HV mode is when it's running with gas and battery together. Close these. If you have HV off, let me turn economy off. Yeah, if you have HV off, it will stay in battery only. Wow. Alright, well, I have to rethink everything now in this car. Well, you're gonna have to forget everything I've said up until this point. Everything. Because now that I'm not in HV mode, the car is working on full electric, full battery, just as I wanted it to. And the accelerator down, like, it's not like put you back in your seat or anything, but the car runs very well on battery only. Oh man, and of course, like, I've messed up my entire day because I spent a lot of time taking photos and doing interior and other impressions of it. And I'm gonna have to redo my rapid review because this changes everything about this car now. Like, now this car has a beautiful interior. It's so comfortable, and it has a full battery electric drive mode, and the only reason I was sure that these 3 buttons were different drive modes, but they're not. They're just drive options. So by you having HV on, if you hit economy after that with the green leaf, that doesn't automatically put it in battery only mode. No, that just changes a few things. You actually have to cycle through the options. And, you know, I'm quite upset with myself right now because, it's such a missed opportunity now. Like, I'm running out of time, and I really wanted to drive this car down to 0. But I think, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here. Like, probably my best is I can still do a 50-50 split for the most part, because when I was back, like, I can't remember when I hit that HV button. I assume it was pretty early on. because my battery range barely dropped. So, and I've been using battery, I'm going to be using battery for basically the entire way back, so I should still be able to get a pretty good idea. But if like these numbers are showing us correct, it's pretty epic right now. We're showing 2.2 liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah, and the car is driving fantastic. So we're about to come up to the passing lane, the kind of highway again. So this would be the higher speeds, and so this will be a test once again to see now if it will stay in electric mode. That's what I was looking for, I was hoping for, and like cars like the Prius Prime did, the Outlander plug-in hybrid stayed in electric mode, and obviously the Volt stays in battery mode. So let's find out now. Okay, I'm accelerating, yeah. Full accelerator down. The car accelerates pretty good, actually. Like, it's not, I'm sure it's faster with the gas motor on, but it stayed in battery mode. Well, we're almost back at the dealership, and I don't know if it was me or if it was the car was in that mode, but if you have this car for a test drive, you make sure that HV, this button down here, that mode, and it shows up on the battery section, that is off. Because you want to drive this car in battery as much as possible. I have been driving this car in battery now for a while now. It's getting fantastic electric range. It feels excellent. Like, it has completely changed my impressions of this vehicle. It has gone from something I would not buy to something that I would buy. Absolutely. The car is so surprising now. Like, it's so much better. And my fuel economy numbers are fantastic. Like, this should be a close 50-50 split from running in the HV, so that's a hybrid mode, to the battery mode, and I'm at like 1.7 liter per 100 kilometer, which once again is pretty awesome. I want to think that the car was in HV mode when I got it, because when I had finally switched to the screen, I had noticed that it was showing like an average fuel economy, like a 1.3 liter per 100 kilometer or something, and I was surprised. And the thing that really got me was that I read the brochure before I got this car for this drive, and it talked about how that the electric battery only mode was for slow speeds or stopped. And so when the car was acting like that, I just fully expected that's the way Honda designed it. But no, like Honda, like the brochure undersells this car like mad. You can drive full battery electric comfortably on this car, and with 17 kilowatt hours of storage, that's huge. That's awesome. Like, they advertise that you can get 76 kilometers out of that battery, and I would think that you could probably easily squeeze out 100. I was hoping to do something like that when I first got this car, but because it was in the HV mode, I didn't realize it, and I've run out of time. I can't do that. So my driving impressions of the car have completely changed. So I think if you are in the market for any type of plug-in type vehicle, you need to have this on your list. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna we're at our spot, so hit park brake. And yeah, so we drove 79.3 kilometers. We're showing us 55 kilometers VV range left, 844 of HV range. So I did use some fuel, obviously, because I was in HV mode. We've averaged 1.6 liter per 100 kilometer. And I have to assume that was reset, because like that shows average fuel A, and I reset the trip meter A. And that's awesome. That's huge. That's great numbers. So, turn it off with the power button. So I don't know if there's anything more to say. This car's awesome. I'd like to thank Campus Honda and the Campus Automotive Group for setting this up. They're in Victoria, British Columbia, and also Honda Canada for helping with all this. This is a press vehicle, so I really appreciate being able to get the setup. All my expectations of this car, it's funny, I came in trying not to have high expectations, and then they were totally dashed because I was in that HV mode. But now it's just like expectations are shattered. This car is, yeah, I would say this is one of the better plug-in hybrid electric vehicles on the market, especially out of the ones that I've driven. Like if you include the Outlander, the Prius Prime in this car, and out of those three, which are actual PHEVs, this one has the most EV range. It doesn't have quite the same size as the Outlander plug-in hybrid, and it doesn't have all-wheel drive, but it has a ton of interior comfort, which exceeds all those other cars. Yeah, this is really good. And because it has the big battery, it's a bigger battery than the Outlander or the Prius Prime, at least in British Columbia, you get a bigger rebate off the new purchase price. The only competitor that I would say to this would be the BMW i3 range extender and the Chevrolet Volt, like the newer second generation 2016 and on. The Volt will get longer battery range than this. I don't know about the fuel economy though. I bet you this one has a better gas economy, and this definitely has a bigger interior. It has a huge trunk space. It's just the Volt has better performance when it's in battery mode. It has a bigger electric motor, which appeals to me, like being able to do that hard acceleration. If you want to do the full sport acceleration on here, you got to use gas. But if you're just regular driving around and you're not in the HV, you're in the battery only mode, it's pretty awesome. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I don't want to go on for too much longer, so I'll try to figure out what my next vehicle is. I know I'm gonna try to get a Kona EV when they're here, but that's not till the fourth quarter, I think, of 2018. So I'll have to come up with another vehicle to drive between then. See ya.